Hey fellers, so y'all seen that last video I put out about I was over at my dad's shop and showing the car that he built, the Eleanor, and showed you the exhaust tips that he made. You know, you can buy them. You can buy the aluminum exhaust tips from, I think they come out of Poland. They're really expensive. They're going to take a while to get here. You used to could get them from Mustangs to Fear, but they've been out of stock for a long time. So he reached out and you were like, you know what, you showed us the tips, but we kind of want to do it your DIY video on how to make them. So let's do it. I'm gonna make one for you. I'm gonna show you how I do it, and maybe it'll help somebody. Let's get to it. Okay, so first things first, if you're watching this video, chances are you're building one of these cars, and chances are you have some side skirts. I made these side skirts. These are homemade. I made these right here in-house. That's why they kind of look a little bit funky. They're not perfect, but with a little body work, they will be. So I just screwed this up here for you guys real quick. It's just loosely setting up here. So first things first, I'm going to have to come in here and I'm going to have to cut this out so we have an idea on where exactly we need to put our exhaust tip, which direction we need to run it for our exhaust. So let's get to it. Alright, so the next thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to cut out our hole for our exhaust tip to come through. That we're going to be making from scratch with our own plans. We're going to make up from out of thin air. So as you can see, we have got our hole cut out. Now it's time to start the fun stuff, making tips. Alrighty. So right here, fellas, you see this right here? Good old Mountain Lightning. She's a good old knockoff drink. But anyway, we're going to use this real thin cardboard as our template board, our template paper, template board, whatever you want to call it, because you got to have something to transfer your measurements from onto metal. So we're going to be using this to make our tip. We'll be using paper tape. Let me go grab that. So we'll be using that. What we're going to need right now, and probably a pencil or a marker, if I can find one. I don't know. My markers, they sprout legs and they walk off. I don't know where they at. Oh, we've got our tape, we got our scissors, and I found a marker. So, I'll lay this up here. We don't want to get crap all over it. So let's open up our box here. Cereal box will work the same way. Everything that I'm doing in this video, you can do it in aluminum too. I'm just choosing to do it right here in metal because right now I don't have access to a TIG welder or a spool gun. So we're going to be using a MIG welder, and we're just going to make some metal tips for now. And then I've actually got a Art Captain welder on order, and a flow gauge, and some filler rod, and I'm going to start making these out of aluminum. But for this video, we're just going to make this, for this car, out of metal. Just to kind of show you guys, if you're in a bind, you got one of these cars, and you don't have no exhaust tips, you can make them. It ain't that difficult. I believe my 14-year-old kid can probably make them. They're not that hard. So, first things first, let's just go ahead and cut this out a piece. Good. We'll go ahead and cut off these little wings. we got a pretty good piece of cardboard now. All you got to do now is just basically just fold it. Well, we're actually going to be going in that direction. So what we want to do is get our marker. Get y'all a little closer so y'all can kind of see what we're doing. So the exhaust on these Eleanors goes in at a diagonal. Goes in like this. Doesn't go straight like that. Goes in at a diagonal. These side skirts, if you buy them from the company, they're cut under here at a diagonal. I went ahead and cut mine too, also at a diagonal. It's kind of just a rough cut for now. I've done so many of these cars, I pretty much know exactly where the exhaust goes. Let's see, this car right here, this will be Eleanor number 48 that I've built. 48. Did y'all hear that? Eleanor number 48 that I've built. That one over there, that's 47. The one I just shipped out was 46, I believe. Yeah, we're 46 or 47. I don't know. I about lost count. But anyway, so we know it's got to go in at an angle, so we can't do it like that. So let's go ahead and let's shift our cardboard like this at an angle. We're gonna go all the way up to this point here, and we will grab us a line just to give us an idea. Y'all see that? Now we're going to cut that off. It's pretty easy. Like I said, I believe a 14-year-old could do it. Alright. So now that we got that angle, now we know where we can fold it up now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start folding her over. Just slowly bending it. Some tough cardboard. Alright. I'm just going to bend it over. You got to keep in mind this other end needs to be somewhere around 2.5 inches, because that's how big your exhaust is going to be. It's coming into it. So okay. So now I use my foot to kind of hold it up under there. I'm just going to cut me off a piece of rough cardboard real quick. All right, let me get my tape. You just want to kind of push it up in there until you almost feel the void of your side skirt. And what we're going to do is we're going to tape this up here. Just try to hold its shape. Grab us another piece of tape. I should have brought my little microphones down here. I hope y'all can hear me. Alright. Make sure we're still about the right shape under here. Keep in mind about 2.5 inches. And put a piece of tape on it. Alright. I'm gonna come right straight up. Keep it kind of parallel. Give me some tape so stuff will stay together. We're falling apart. Okay. Some tough cardboard. There's a piece right here. Might help hold it. Let's get another piece. Well, there, it's already starting to look like a tip. See that right there? Oh, mountain lightning! See where we're headed, fellers? We're already heading in the right direction. Okay, so right now, our tip is pointed straight down towards the ground. So now we got to go in here on the bottom and figure out what it's close to hitting. Whatever's close to hitting, that's where we need to make a cut and then actually fold it up like this. Okay. Need to jack it up really because I can't hardly get under the darn thing. Let me go get a jack. Well, I can't use a jack unless he's holding this other car up with it. Well, dookie. Well, let's just get under here and see, I guess. So, let's see here. So it looks like about right in here. And all right. I think maybe I left a mark on it. Yep. Okay. So I left a mark right there. That's actually the lip that hangs down from the rocker panel, the pinch weld. So we're going to push the line right here. That's our pinch weld. And then right here, that's the torque box. The edge of the torque box. So what we're going to have to do is, we're going to have to make this so that it will stay straight and then ramps up. No big deal. First, I'm going to take this thing together real good. Need my big tape, my big wide tape. Let me go get my big wide tape. It's gonna make it a lot easier. All right, I'm back. I got us some tape. We're already looking like a exhaust tip. We just got to make sure that this stays together now and doesn't pop apart. We're going to cut it apart later. All right, now we need to true up this end. See, this end is kind of cattywampus. We're going to line it up. So I used the marker right on the edge of the side skirt, went around it. Now I've got a true line, a true outline where I need to cut. See that? All right, we're looking good. So we got this part now. So what we got to do now is we got to ramp it up. Because it sets in there like this. Exhaust is going straight towards the ground now. So we're going to cut a slit in it. Well, we're not going to put a slit right here. Because that's actually where we're going to mount it up to the rocker. We're going to put our slit right here. Where we've marked it. We're going to cut halfway down. Now we need to be able to bend this up. So we're probably going to have to cut us some slits in something. Put some slits in it right here maybe. Maybe over here on the other side. Keep in mind, this has got to be 2.5 inches right here. Now I'm just guesstimating because I can always dial it in later. So let's start ramping it up. It's easier to screw up cardboard and fix it than it is to screw up the metal and then have to go back in there and fix it. So as you can see, now we've got our notch cut in it, we can ramp it up. I'm going to overbend it, and then hopefully it'll have some memory where I bend it and stay. Let's put some tape on her. Bring her up a little bit, put some tape. See that? Now let's test fit. Oh man, like a glove. That's amazing. That's all it took. There's going to have to be a cut this way and a cut this way. So let's do it. Now that we know that it's going to work. So we had one piece. Now we can lay it flat and cut out this design on a flat piece of sheet metal, and then we can actually fold it up, tack it together, and then we have a tip again. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Simple, fellers. All right, fellers. I think it's only fitting to use the top off of the wrecked M-Tech car. Motorhead.co. That's the roof off the wrecked car. Let's make the exhaust tips out of it. I think it's only fitting, right? Let's see here. We'll come over to this edge. We just lay it flat and transfer our lines. What are you doing, Millie? All right. We got lines. I can just barely see them, but I can see them. All right, fellers. That's our metal we're going to have. We can make that entire tip with this one sheet of metal. Let's just see how it went back together before. So we can start by folding this first. So let's do that. Ain't no camera trickery going on here. It's the real deal McCoy here. I have to make these two meet in the middle. Oh, look there. See that? I'm gonna go ahead and put a tack on that just to hold it. This is a piece of 1.5 inch. We're going to use it down here at the bottom, just to know exactly what we're doing here. trimming. That right there, fellers, is awesome. I'm gonna get this the right shape and I'm gonna trim it. Well, let's drop it. Alright. So we got our tip made. I ground all the welds down. And I shot some high heat paint on it. And I shot the inside with some black paint just for the heck of it. It's still not completely done. I'm going to have to do the rest of it on the rack. There still has to be a tab welded to the top of it. You drill a hole in it or 2 holes. And that's what you mount directly to the rocker, the pinch weld. And then, if you don't like the open look, you can wedge a couple little tabs here and here, and you can put you like a little brushed aluminum or a polished aluminum little cover on the side. I'll show you a picture like the way I done the last one that I shipped out. But for the most part, this one's done. I ground all the welds down. They look nice and neat. I didn't grind that one down because it's kind of pointless. But my silver, it never did want to dry. It run on me. Looks pretty good though. I'm probably going to wrap it in some header wrap. And I'll probably most likely put the aluminum, the real pretty polished aluminum face on it. Stick it up in place and show you. Well, it's kind of tricky getting it in there. I don't have this trimmed out enough yet. So it should technically go in from the bottom first, but I'm just doing this just to show y'all. But there it is. We've now got an exhaust tip in our car. Looks pretty good. I'll try to show y'all what it looks like underneath, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. I'll see if I can find a light. Right now we got this exhaust going out the back, so we're going to have to make it go out the side now. But y'all see the way we got it? That's all it is, guys. I mean, all I'm going to have to do is I'm going to relocate that muffler further up, and then I'm going to put my flexible pipe will be like right in here, and then I'll have like a 45 going right into my exhaust, or yeah, it'll be about a 45, and that's pretty much got it, guys. That's all it takes. I'll probably most likely weld me a tab like from here and mount it to the torque box. Then I'll have to weld that other tab on top to bolt to that pinch weld. But this exhaust tip is basically done. All I gotta do now is duplicate it for the other side. That's all there is to it. It's just setting in place, so it's kind of like loosely in there right now, but all this is just loosely in place. I screwed that on there for you guys. I've done all that for you guys. And I've done that on a quick, like, you know. I could have done a little bit better job on it. I did that whole entire tip in like an hour or less. Just because I put that video on there yesterday, and I've had a lot of people reach out to me on my email. You can email me at 67_fastback@live.com. I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and they're like, hey, you showed us the tip. You didn't show us how to make it. That's how I make it, guys. I hope I helped somebody. Y'all can do this. It can be done. It'd be better if you made it out of aluminum, but still will work also. Till next time, and please like, share, and subscribe.